Hey everyone, and welcome back to CNBC Tonight. I'm Mei Lee alongside Taimur Nabili. Well, over the past year, China has overtaken the U.S. as the leading consumer of industrial raw materials and overtaken Japan as the #2 oil consumer. Okay, so Mother's Day was yesterday. I don't know if you called your mom.
I didn't.
Oh, okay. All right, I called my mother. But apparently in China now it's becoming a new trend,
Really?
Mother's Day. They've taken on the sort of the Western tradition. And so, you know, but they say it's more women than men who choose to buy presents for their mums. Okay, so the fashion show is over, and now it's time to find out what people thought about the new Shanghai Tang collection. Welcome back. Well, we have met some extraordinary female activists so far on today's show. Now I want you to meet a man who's also doing some great work, this time in the name of literacy. John Wood was a hugely successful Microsoft executive when a trip to Nepal changed his life. Saying that John Wood is a man on a mission would be putting it a bit mildly.
There are 800 million people in the developing world who lack basic literacy.
He is the man responsible for single-handedly starting Room to Read, a non-profit organization that gets books into the hands of children in Asia, children who would otherwise never see a printed page.
This year, we are opening, on average, one school every 2.5 days across the developing world.
Tonight, he is in fundraising mode, and it doesn't take long before donations start pouring in. John has a pretty good story behind Room to Read. In fact, he wrote a book about it, Leaving Microsoft to Change the World. People don't understand what that means when you have to take that leap. I mean, for you kind of went through some anguish to try and decide to leave the comforts of Microsoft to do this kind of strange idea.
When you go to a dinner party, the first thing people ask you is, what do you do? And I was going from saying, I'm #2 at Microsoft China, at which point people kind of nod and they exchange business cards because they want to be in touch with you. And all of a sudden I was saying, well, I'm delivering books on the back of a yak in rural Himalayan villages. And people kind of leave you standing alone as they go to the hors d'oeuvre table because they think this guy's a little bit crazy.
There would be little hope for these abused animals if it weren't for Lek, the elephant lady of Thailand. It is a magical place where elephants rule and humans serve. I got a taste of life in the park as a volunteer, which includes everything from hauling the 5,000 kilograms of produce daily to feeding the elephants twice a day. Yeah? Oh, you're welcome. But Vivian has always stuck with one constant, and that is her love affair with Chinese culture.
When I was starting, I'm so naive, you know, I would just want to do something that I love about Chineseness and Chinese culture. I want to embrace the Chinese culture in my work because I don't know that much about Chinese culture.
How did it come about that you ended up in Korea? I mean, clearly you have the Korean background.
Right.
Was that the only association and connection that led you to Korea?
That particular period in time, yes. I mean, I would have ended up there eminently, I think, regardless of whatever happened. Because of my mother's background, it was always a goal for me to search for my family in Korea.
It's really tough. It's funny because I'll go into certain interviews where I'll sit down and I'll go, hey, how are you doing? They're like, wow, your English is so good. I mean, it's enough to make you want to scream, really.
Brush it with a little bit of the marinade.
Okay.
This is the fun part.
Which is? Oh, this is the fun part that guys will love because it involves a blowtorch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fire.
And they don't have that, they can't stick it under
fire,
the
ugh, ugh. Yeah. This is Mei Lee in Beijing, China, and I'm about to enter one of the hottest parties in town. This is Shanghai Tang's first fashion show in Beijing ever, and it's here at the legation quarter, so come on in. Shanghai Tang pulled out all the stops to make this an unforgettable night.
The legation core to this project this compound is actually on the southeast corner of Tiananmen Square. It's a Qing Dynasty American Embassy compound.
More than 400 VIPs and guests were wowed the moment they stepped into the glamorous affair. But then it was time for the main event, taking the wow factor to a whole new level.
And it
Well, I think it's safe to say that this was a fantastic event and a fabulous fashion show. So, Ganbei everyone!